This is Honest Trailers, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And that's funny. I was just talking about the Ents.
Each week in January, a Lord of the Rings film will return to theaters for the 25th anniversary. And that's all the excuse we needed to do the same thing.
Bob, we're going to Middle-earth. Be back in February.
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship.
To do the exact same thing, meaning he's going to redo the same Lord of the Rings Honest Trailer, or rewatch a movie that they loved.
Of the Ring, Extended Edition. So get comfy. From the mind of a cunning linguist who only wrote stories to justify his hard-on for elvish wordplay.
He wrote the language. He wrote and created the language. Heck, maybe this should be the world's language. Basically a self-created language. A self-created language.
Comes part one of a grand trilogy with a powerful message. Modernity sucks. Adapted into a film that makes the same case about modern-day Hollywood.
I wish none of this had happened.
I know, Tolkien.
I wish none of this had happened. Yes, Hollywood, keep your paws off of the classic stories.
Didn't live through World War I, but we had to live through 2 Rings of Power seasons.
The sea is always right. The sea is always right.
That reminds me of, like, this is the way. This is the way. When did Hollywood's nonsense become something about chanting? Well, it's nowhere near as bad as The Acolyte was, where there was just like, I am one, we are men. It's some kind of weird screaming women nonsense.
Journey to the Shire, Tolkien's idyllic version of rural living, where the inbreeding is more manageable. And meet Frodo, the bright-eyed village Nepo baby, or rather Nepo nephew, who inherits everything from his uncle.
I'm leaving everything to him.
Down to his literal plot armor.
You should be dead.
It's the literal plot armor, which was came from The Hobbit, which originally came from, yes, his uncle is a hobbit, but like the book, The Hobbit.
Mithril.
He'll set off with Merry and Pippin, 2 chuckle who abandon their lives on the spot for a road trip with their weird cousin. Either the bravest or the dumbest decision ever made. I'm leaning dumbest.
Where are we going?
Well, the thing is like, again, it was in the books. At the very end of like the Return of the King, as they're returning to the Shire, Sauron has taken over the Shire and he's enslaved the hobbits. And it becomes Merry and Pippin. They take a center stage of the story, and they are saving Hobbiton. They're saving the people. And it was kind of an allegory towards like the World War II survivors, those who fought in the battles, who would return home, yet they were seen as nobody. They were like the Frodos and the Sams, the ones who walked to Mordor to sacrifice themselves in the pits of Mount Doom to pitch the ring in, expecting to die there. And then guess what? Guess who the heroes were to the people when they returned home? The comic relief characters. That's really how it was written. And of course, in the movies, they removed that. Nerd here, nerd here, nerd here.
And Sam, Frodo's servant who's got that dog in him, in that he's loyal, pure of heart, and prefers a diet of 90% meat.
Nice.
Bless you, Sean Astin. You saved Middle-earth in more ways than one.
I auditioned for Samwise.
Even though they look like someone hit Mumford & Sons with a shrink ray, these little bits will be tasked with destroying the ring, the most cursed piece of jewelry since Lenny Kravitz's dong piercing. Because whoever fingers this tiny gold hole is granted near immortality, invisibility, and +5 thunder damage to all melee attacks.
It only worked. That thunder damage only worked when Sauron was wearing the ring, okay? It only worked when Sauron was wearing the ring. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because that scene was so epic when he walks on the stage and then he's just knocking all the elves asunder. Oh my gosh, I want to see the Lord of the Rings films now. Of course, if I force my wife to watch the Lord of the Rings film, we're going to happily watch Bahubali, right? We're going to have to. It's funny. She was making my father watch the first one, and the very end of the film, the question he was like, "Why did he kill him? Why did he say I killed your father?" It's just like, that's the same thing that pissed me off when I watched it. And then she's all, "You'll have to wait till we watch the next film." That scene pissed me off. It's like, that's not how you end a film. That's how you enrage somebody. That's how, like, you end an episode, like, of a series, because you're going to find out in the finale episode what's happening. No. That was like, oh, wait 5 years to find out. Aggravating. Absolutely aggravating.
But its power is more addictive than a TikTok you swipe by vaping fentanyl.
My precious.
And since something that strong can't fall into Sauron's labia majora, they must cross every Minecraft biome in New Zealand till they hit the nether part of Mordor.
Mordor.
Mordor?
Mordor.
Mordor?
Mordor.
Whatever. All while being pursued by the Nazgul. This franchise's answer to Boba Fett, in that they look badass till you account for their weakness to fire. And water.
Yep.
And
If you want me, if you want him, come and claim him. And then the river of horses run them over.
all for Kevin McAllister level traps.
Yes.
Rounding out the fellas in the Fellowship are legendary dudes like Boromir, a man with an arc from hero to villain to meme.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
You know he wrote that line himself? Sean Bean.
Yeah, the fact that became a meme. That became a meme. He wrote that line himself. I did not know that. I did not know. Like, there are these lines in film that sometimes become some of the most iconic. Like in what was it? Saving Private Ryan. There is the Matt Damon scene where he's talking with Tom Hanks about his experience, like the last time he saw his brother. That was all ad-libbed. His last experience with his brothers, he made that up on the spot. Like, he was just made up something funny in his head, and then it is like he's laughing, he's telling this funny story, and he's like, that's the last time I saw my brothers. We were all together. It hits hard right after. Like, some of the best things come from allowing the actors to embody the character and bring the character to life. Case in point, one of the greatest memes ever created came from allowing the actor to create his own dialogue.
Slayed his part. Still too soon. Legolas, who hasn't skipped a day of bow practice or moisturizer in the decade since The Hobbit, who seems OP, unless you know your Elvish history from the Silmarillion. And you have read the Silmarillion, right? No? We'll go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah, several years later. It is such a slow read. Oh my gosh. It is droll. It is droll because it's just a lot of history. A lot of the appendices and all that stuff are history pieces. Are just like flushing out the world.
Honey, you get the old. Then there's Gimli, a realistic depiction of racism and that he looks down on elves.
So much for the legendary courtesy of the elves. Speak words we can all understand. I will be dead before I see the ring in the hands of an elf.
But that won't stop him from fetishizing them.
What gift would a dwarf ask the elves?
I asked her for one hair from her golden head.
She gave me 3.
With 3.
Dude, you're on a mission to save the world. Ask for an elf to fill the new vacancy. And Aragorn, whose fiercest battle is against self-doubt, even though he's truly perfect in every way.
I would have gone with you to the end, into the very fires of Mordor.
Humble, strong, brave, kind, intelligent, great hair, cool cloak. Man, why can't he be with someone more age-appropriate? Like me.
Yeah, because she's like in her like her hundreds at that point. But then again, he's like 52. In the story at the time, he's like 52 years old. So he is, no, sorry, not 52, 82. He's 82 years old at the time of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah, because he's was gifted long life.
The tradition of old wizards sending kids to die didn't start with Dumbledore. In the beginning, there was Gandalf, who gives the Fellowship life-saving aid.
Technically, Frodo Baggins was, I think, oh my gosh. He was either in his 30s or his 50s. He was either in his 30s or his 50s before he started his adventure. I'm sorry. I need to go through the books again. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff I remember is just because I enjoy it so much. But yeah, he was much older.
To make up for all the vague BS he spews in between.
Gandalf? What is it?
Nothing.
There's some things that I must see to.
What things?
Questions. I don't know, Frodo.
And this was actually like a 9-year span when he left and then returned basically. Yeah, it was a long gap. A long gap.
I don't have any answers.
He'll cross sticks with Saruman, a wizard half as badass as Christopher Lee's real life.
Christopher Lee's real life? Yeah, he was a MI6 operative. He was an MI6 agent. And then he started acting after the fact.
And while Gandalf took up cannabis as a hobby in old age,
Your love of the halfling's leaf has clearly slowed your mind.
the only sticky icky Saruman's growing is the placenta of his linebacker training program. Get this kid some pads and an NIL deal. When these legendary wizards face off, expect to see some fireworks. But instead, watch two seniors breakdancing.
I did enjoy this wizard fight, though. It was like the first time you actually ever see wizards using their staves and just launching it. It's basically like fist punching, but they're standing apart from each other and using their wands to swing them around. I did enjoy it. It was very simplistic, but there was a lot there. At the same time, there was really nothing.
Or yelling at each other like one cut in line at a deli. Stop fighting, you two. You're both credited members of the Lord of the Rings fan club. Yes, I watched all 20 minutes of the credits for this. So relive the first hairy-footed step of cinematic perfection that takes you from one flawless example of production design to the next. Brilliantly combines practical sets and camera tricks to make movie magic. Shows off pitch-perfect acting in moments big and small.
I will take it.
Mixes dialogue from Tolkien's original masterwork
All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
with original lines that, dare I say, improved on it.
You have my sword.
And you have my bow.
And my axe. You shall not pass!
And used cutting-edge VFX to render Middle-earth in exact
freaking loved
detail,
it.
while admitting that a real forest looks better on screen than a rendered one. It's perfect. Just don't look too hard at the shots where they're all standing together. That's kind of jank. Ooh, even worse.
Back in the
You'll
day.
just cut back to the postcard. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. No wonder everyone builds it.
Yeah, they always did the long far shots because they would actually get little people to do the hobbits, like really midgets at that point. And then the Gimli, they'd have a dwarf play Gimli's role, walking around. Yeah, they had so many actors, so many sets. Oh my gosh, freaking love this film.
Doomsday Bunker's here. Starring Godwood, Goonies Never Say Bye.
I made a promise,
Goonies.
Mr. Frodo. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. And I don't mean to.
Mage Nito, Where Vigo we go. Here Comes the Bloom. Gimli Some Lovin'. Doof Troop. Do I make you horn me? Gotta hatch your maw, Saruman. Unk at the function.
Thinking sexy thoughts, thinking sexy thoughts.
Mr. Baggins, this ring is the plague,
Mr. Baggins? What?
and we are the cure.
Mortal girlfriend!
Who'd they grow up so fast? Balrog. The Violent Femmes.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Saruman.
Cool. Let's name our evil company after it. When I'm in a big eyes contest. and my-
Palantir. That's a dangerous tool. I forgot that's a company name.
opponent is Elijah Wood.
It's Gollum.
What do I see behind?
And foreshadowing.
A wizard is never late.
War's brewing.
They're going to the harbor beyond the White Towers, to the Grey Havens.
My heart tells me that Gollum has some part to play yet. Nobody passes a dwarf!
Yeah, I can't wait for next week. Two Towers is my favorite one. 2001, A Chase Odyssey.
And you're not sleeping either. Don't think I haven't noticed.
Yeah, because you people won't shut up.
Absolutely. Look, tomatoes. You're afraid. All your life, you have hidden in the
Oh,
shadows.
dang, yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Gandalf.
Yes?
I'm never gonna be able to sleep out here.
Me neither, Sam.
One does
Oh
not
my
simply read a
gosh.
comment like this. I am the Eggman. They are the Eggmen. I am the Walrus. I never liked your spinach puffs.
The fact that he reads those things in his own voice, reading the comments. Oh my freaking gosh. Oh, Lord of the Rings. I need to see Lord of the Rings. I gotta watch it again. Bahubali is actually better than Better than I always like Lord of the Rings more than Star Wars. Yeah. I always preferred Star Wars over Lord of the Rings, but oh my gosh, the original Star Wars, of course. But like the original Star Wars introduced, like if it wasn't for Star Wars, we wouldn't have a visual effects that we do today. Sure, we probably would have gotten to that point, but it pushed the boundaries because George Lucas wanted to create his vision. Like, you know, he invented Pixar and then sold it to Disney. So a lot of our animations originally come from the Star Wars universe, and then and then it was the Lord of the Rings that added upon it how to utilize movie magic, like the mirror, like using the mirror effects and things like that, utilizing green screen, utilizing practical effects, utilizing sets and placement in order to show size differential, all that stuff. All that stuff was just one of the best ways utilized that showed what was actually capable of. So that's what honestly has Star Wars, for me especially, to so praiseworthy, and then Lord of the Rings, because they pushed the limits. And then they made the Hobbit film, which was primarily CGI instead of a mix between. It was more reliant on CGI than mixing it like it did previously. And then Bahubali, again, it's CGI wasn't the, okay. It's CGI wasn't the best, but at the same time, it is more fast-paced. The music is honestly more addicting. Let's just be honest. It is more addicting, and the story as well is quicker. It's quicker. It gets to its point much more quickly. Especially if you're watching like the extended Lord of the Rings, you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs forever, just for it to get to that point, because there's a lot of just those beautiful shots. Because it's beautiful, but at the same time, you just want to get to the actual story beat. You just want to get to the story beat. But yeah, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. I don't know why, but the fantasy world of Harry Potter was not amusing to me. The movies? No, absolutely not. The books? Yes, more so for me, except for The Order of the Phoenix. The Order of the Phoenix is basically the dumbest out of them all, because they had already shown like the time turner. They've already shown like the fact that there's occlumency and reading people's minds, taking people's memories out. There's the truth serum, the Levitus serum, which allows people to speak the truth. And then the entire time, they refused to listen to Harry Potter, that Voldemort truly came back after the Goblet of Fire. And it's like the dumbest one. There were so many ways to prove what he said was true, and they don't use any of them, just to have an extra book where Harry is being ridiculed. That was it. Oh, yeah, it was aggravating. I like the vibe that Harry Potter gives it to me. Yeah, it feels good. It's a feel good, especially the books. Especially books. It was just depressing and haunting instead of magic and stuff. Well, especially the movies. The movies are depressing and whatnot. Watching Harry Potter during winter night was best thing to do. Yeah, it is nice. It is nice.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.